Lecture 2: What 3 things can you learn from a CEO coach, Part 2. 2. Playing the role of a reset button and a pause button. As an executive coach, I am an external intervention system that specializes in breaking old patterns. I play the role of both a reset button and a pause button. Let's first discuss the reset button. I have found that whenever managers encounter difficulties, they tend to enter an outward exploration mode. This often leads them to encounter more uncontrollable situations. For example, almost all executives who come to me to solve team problems have an internal operating system that says, the team has problems, they lack vision and ability, and they need to improve. However, in reality, changing others is a very difficult thing to do. For instance, in the upcoming lesson, I will talk about how some CEOs like to find talented people. They believe that the team is not strong enough because they lack talented people, so they keep their eyes open to recruit them. This is a typical outward exploration approach. However, you should know that when talented people come, the original problem may not be solved, and new problems may arise. You must be familiar with Adler's problem separation. I just mentioned it, separate the real problem. But there is actually a second half, which is to solve your own problems and do what you can control. This is a inward exploration thinking mode. Everyone resists being changed by others, and what we can truly control is only ourselves. Instead of trying to change others, managers are more likely to influence subordinates by changing their own management behavior. The role I play as a reset button is to help clients change their thinking mode and look inward for answers. So, what is the pause button? I have found that without clever intervention methods, it is difficult to reset a client's management style. You must find a way to get them out of their habitual thinking mode before you can move forward. For example, there was a CEO who was very capable and liked to be at the forefront. However, this compressed the space for others to perform, leading to low enthusiasm among the team. So, I used a game to help them. I had them play with Lego together. The first time, others directed, and the CEO could participate directly. But then, what opportunities did others have to participate? The second time, the CEO directed, but could not participate directly. After the game was over, I watched the video of the game with everyone, and the CEO was shocked. He realized for the first time how he was destroying teamwork. You see, this game is a clever pause button that helps him stop his usual management mode. So, what can you learn from my work? First, there are 2 thinking modes for problem solving: outward exploration and inward exploration. In the next 18 lessons, I will use specific cases to show you how to look inward for solutions. We will reflect on your internal operating system and behavior together. Secondly, you should consciously set up a pause mechanism for yourself. You can hire a coach like me or seek advice from team members to use an external perspective to break your old patterns. 3. Playing the role of a great coach. As an executive coach, the third role I play is that of a coach, which is closer to our general understanding of a sports team coach. Many clients come to me for the purpose of learning and becoming better leaders. I appreciate this spirit, but I still extinguish their expectations. Why? First, I believe that good leaders are not taught, but grow up through solving real problems. Second, I believe that there are no perfect individuals, only perfect teams. A sports team coach does 2 things: help each person find their position and make the whole team work better together. As an executive coach, I help managers lock in their position in the team based on their strengths and let others solve the things they are not good at. In other words, I help them establish a strong support system. For example, there was a CEO who was optimistic and had vision, and was particularly daring in being a market pioneer. However, he was not sensitive to risks. He was an intuitive person, so when faced with risks, he would feel that it was okay, and he could get through it. I helped him realize that his feelings were unreliable in the face of risks. When he looked back, he realized that every time the company suffered a heavy blow, it was because he was too optimistic and ignored the risks, while the other two partners were trying to hold him back, but he just couldn't listen. These two lagging partners possess a meticulous partnership mindset and a high sense of risk awareness. Previously, the three of them often quarreled, but now that they understand each other, the CEO has given himself a deadly order: he will not move forward unless these two partners support him, even if he feels good and thinks there is no problem, when the consequences are severe. This avoids the harm that optimism can bring to the company. The coach also has another role, which is to help each team member train more efficiently to improve their personal skills. For example, there is a CEO who is very quick-witted and innovative, but he has a problem of constantly changing his mind, which is very frustrating for his employees. He vowed to think it through before telling everyone. But I told him that he would never be able to do it. Sure enough, he really couldn't. Not to mention him, which boss can do it? Market changes are so fast, and it is normal to change one's mind. What is the real problem that needs to be solved? It is because frequent changes make the team lose its sense of direction and enthusiasm. So I suggest that he not suppress his vitality, but open up his thinking process to everyone. Not only explain the reasons for changing his mind, but also let the team join in and contribute their opinions. In this way, on the one hand, it synchronizes his thinking process, gives subordinates a sense of direction, and on the other hand, others can also know how to support him, contribute their strength, and manage his thinking path, reducing unnecessary changes. Sure enough, after doing this, the problem was solved. You see, this is the value of a coach. I did not suggest that the manager shoulder all the responsibilities and become a superhero with comprehensive abilities, but to help him find the most suitable and even the most comfortable way of working. In this way, while maximizing his advantages, the team becomes a helper to make up for his weaknesses. In this way, the manager will create a perfect team and achieve a flawed self. Look at our module settings. I built the entire course according to this logic. So what can you learn from my work? It's simple: executive coaching is your coach, and you need to become the coach of the team. Every member of your team, like you, has strengths and weaknesses. As a coach, your effort is to make everyone work with their strengths, and the team becomes the support system behind everyone. In this way, you are not creating perfect team members, but an invincible team.